If women were really as hypergamous as people say, why do we see average men in relationships everywhere? For a long time now, we've constantly seen on the internet women being strongly accused of being hypergamous.
Tendency in women to mate and date up in status hierarchies. For instance, women generally want men who are older, taller, stronger, higher status, higher earning, etc.
Of having unrealistic standards when it comes to finding a partner. This is one of the main arguments among redpill communities, incels, and others in that part of the manosphere to push their narratives.
It's over.
They claim that the dating market is broken and that supposedly 80% of women are only interested in the top 20% of men.
I'll make that deal. How about you bitch, you make that deal?
I'd make that deal.
I don't blame you. Damn good deal.
What they call the 80-20 rule. In other words, from their perspective, most women, if not all, are only interested in men at the top of the social hierarchy. Because if we're being honest, men do the exact same thing. Female hypergamy is more associated with status and financial success, while male hypergamy is often tied to beauty and youth. A good example is Leonardo DiCaprio, who is known for dating women under the age of 25. I also see this kind of male hypergamy among incels. Many of them complain that women are extremely demanding and only want men at the top of the social hierarchy. Ironically, the exact same behavior I see in them. Many of them are in that situation by choice, practicing what they accuse women of doing. They have extremely high standards. I once came across a guy with this kind of mindset. He constantly complained that women had unrealistic standards and were superficial. At the same time, he was obsessed with snow bunnies. Blonde, blue-eyed women. He was miserable because he believed he would never get one of these women and that none of them would ever genuinely be attracted to him. He blamed his life on his appearance and how brutal it was that he was born the way he was. I offered him a simple, reasonable solution. Why not date someone from his own background? He was Indian.
Hello, how are you? I am under the water. Please help me.
And by his own description, not particularly attractive. He told me he had dated before, but his girlfriend was, in his words, just a sub-5, and could never bring him the same satisfaction as dating one of the women he idealized. That's why whenever I hear men complaining about female hypergamy and unrealistic standards, I think of that guy. And like I said in a previous video, if women were really that hypergamous, I wouldn't see so many men in relationships. Every day, I see couples of all kinds. I've even seen homeless people with partners. Before going into more detail, I think many of you don't even know what the hell hypergamy actually is. So here's a quick explanation of the origin of the word. Hypergamy comes from Greek and means to marry up. It basically refers to seeking a relationship with someone from a higher economic or social class. This is directly connected to the search for stability and financial security, which in the past were some of the main factors women considered when choosing a partner. Unlike today, where women can work, study, and build their own careers, women in the past were often completely dependent on their husbands or male relatives for financial support. There were very few job opportunities for women, and education for them was often discouraged or even frowned upon culturally. Because of that, many women aim to find a husband who could provide financial security and stability. There's a very interesting documentary I recommend called Day Double, which shows the difficulties women faced in getting jobs and the lack of encouragement for female education at the time, since it was often seen negatively. During those periods, since women needed a provider, they chose partners primarily based on financial support. This led to the creation of a widespread belief that women didn't care about appearance, that the only thing that mattered in attracting a woman was what you said, the words you used to win her over. Nowadays, since women are more self-sufficient, they no longer have to focus solely on financial provision when choosing a partner. They can choose men who also satisfy them in other aspects. I think this caused a major social shock during the generational transition. Since women now have the freedom to choose their partners, especially in Western societies, it has completely changed relationship dynamics. There are also people who argue that men are taking longer than ever to have their first sexual experiences, using that as evidence that women are more hypergamous than ever. I actually think this is plausible, but for different reasons tied to today's technological context. In the past, people were basically forced to leave their homes if they wanted entertainment, which naturally exposed them to public environments and led to meeting more people. And today, with technological advances, we have all the entertainment in the world inside our own rooms. Movies, games, music, live shows, just a click away. People are less motivated to go out and socialize like before. It's also more common nowadays to see people struggling with social anxiety, something that wasn't as widespread in the past, partly due to this lack of exposure to social environments. And there's that well-known saying, if you're not seen, you're not remembered. I think it's natural for human beings to want the best they can get. If a woman could be with Henry Cavill, of course she would choose Henry Cavill. And we shouldn't be angry about that. In the same way, if Adriana Lima wanted me, I'd definitely be with her without thinking twice. The truth is, hypergamy didn't suddenly appear. People have always wanted the best they can get. The only difference now is that everyone has more choice and more illusions.